The other day, I was thinking about how I get all these questions about love. How do I get someone to like me? How do I get someone to date me? How do I cockblock someone if they don't like me? All these questions about the other person. But at the same time, I get all these questions from other people about how do I love myself more? And I love that question because how are you gonna love someone else if you don't love yourself first? And I made videos on this topic in the past. I think I like making one every year, every 2 years. I like making videos on the same topic at different points in my life because it's kind of like a benchmark. It kind of shows how far I've come as a person since the last time I talked about this subject. It's kind of like my way to publicly record my personal growth. In fact, now that I think about it, actually just doing that, what I just said, literally that is one way to love yourself more. It's not about focusing on your negatives and then trying to improve them and then saying you're gonna love yourself when you're improved. It's about loving yourself now. It's about loving yourself as you are and the growth that you're going through, not saying you're a shitty person now and that you're gonna be an amazing person in the future and you're gonna love yourself when you're that guy. In other words, it's about the journey, not the destination. So, with that being said, I want to make a video about how to love yourself a little bit more. So there's a couple of different things you could actually do. If I was going to give you something literally you could do right after this video, or you could even pause this video and do it right now, there's one technique specifically. What you do is you get a pen, you get some paper, and you literally write down 50 things about yourself that you love. I know some of you guys are like, 50? Jeez, I can't even think of one. 50? I know it might sound hard right now, but here's the thing. I could do that in 10 minutes. I can make a video about that in 10 minutes. The reason it's so easy though for me, and the reason you might think it's a little bit difficult, is there's one key thing, and it's the fact that your standards are way too damn high. People think when you gotta come up with 50 things you love about yourself, you have to have these amazing things, these incredible things about yourself that no one else can say, that no one else has, that makes you better than them. It has nothing to do with that. You know what I love about myself? Here's the first thing I would put on my list. I love the way I drink protein shakes. You should honestly see how I do it. You know what I love about myself? You should see how I make my bed every single morning, no matter what. It's amazing. Stop focusing on all the big stuff. Fall in love with the little things about yourself. That's number one. Because most people, they're comparing their entire lives, the things they show publicly, the things that no one knows about them, their secrets, everything. They're behind the scenes. They're comparing it to other people's highlight reel. You go on Instagram, that is a highlight reel. No exaggeration. Those girls will take 500 photos and get maybe one good one. I'm not kidding. That is literally what, I know that for a fact. You know how I know? Because I have an Instagram and I used to do that shit because I cared so much about growing my follower count. Now I don't give a shit. But I just know how much work some of these girls go through because a lot of them are my friends, and it is, in my opinion, it's not worth it. That's just me though. And after they do 500 photos, they get the 3 to 5 good ones. They post them, and then every comment is like, oh my gosh, how are you so perfect? I just want your ass so bad. Why can't I have your body or your smile or whatever? And I'm just thinking, the reason you can't have that is because you're already hot, and if you had those things, you would just focus on the other shit that you don't have. You have all these amazing things about you, but you're ignoring them because you'd rather focus on the things you don't have. That's literally called the spotlight effect. I think it's the spotlight effect. I might be mixing that up with something else. There's some psychological name for it that's basically saying you're wrong. But if you put me in a coffee shop with someone who I don't know and you give me 60 minutes to get to know them, I guarantee I can come up with 100 things that are incredible about that person. And conversely, if you want to ruin someone's life, okay, if you really want to make someone extremely insecure, this is some manipulative shit, but I'll tell you what it is. Step 1, convince them that there is a certain standard that everyone has to live up to. Step 2, convince them that they do not live up to that standard. Step 3, watch them self-destruct. And trust me, that's not very difficult to do. And also, when someone has low self-esteem, when someone doesn't feel good about themselves, do you think companies might try and come in and make a profit off that? Do you think companies ever think, hey, maybe if we make people feel like shit about their bodies and their looks and just really exploit their insecurities, maybe they'll buy our products so they can feel good about themselves. The problem is, when you spend money on materialistic goods, you are like a bucket with a hole at the bottom, and when you fill water into it, that's the materialistic goods, and it just spills out the bottom, and when it's gone after a little bit of time, suddenly you're empty again, and you need to fill that void with something else. But when you realize this concept, everything I'm trying to show you here, all those insecurities that you have that other people tell you, these standards you have to live up to, they slide off you like rain on an umbrella. And the way you do it, I didn't even plan on doing this, but the way you do this is by literally doing what I was talking about at the beginning of this video. You don't compare yourself to other people, you compare yourself to your own potential. In a relationship, you don't marry someone you love, okay? You marry someone who you like. Here's what I mean by that. When you're dating someone, okay, in the beginning you got that honeymoon phase, you got the fireworks are going off all the time. Eventually, that goes away. And then, you're just with some random ass person who you were attracted to. And when that lovey-dovey feeling goes away, if you don't like the person, when you're in that relationship and you have to actually put in an effort, you're not going to want to. If you agree with that, give this video a thumbs up down below, because a lot of people don't really see that. A lot of people think that relationships are always just happy and amazing. Again, it's like a highlight reel. Like, all you see is other people who are just extremely happy with their lives, and you just think, like, if your relationship has one argument, that, like, you're fucking up. Now, here's the plot twist. If you're in a relationship with someone, and it gets tough, and you love them, and you want it to work out, do you give up, or do you put in more effort? Hopefully you put in more effort. The same thing goes for yourself. If you don't feel good in the moment, if there's something going wrong in your life, do you give up or do you put in more effort? You have to put effort into loving someone. It doesn't matter if it's someone else or yourself. And it's not about finding things about yourself that you can love. It's about just loving what you got. Because, for example, short guys wish they could just be average height. Average height guys wish they could be tall. And tall guys wish they were a little bit taller. And the really tall guys wish they were a little bit shorter because they're too tall. Unless, of course, I don't know, maybe they just didn't care and they weren't insecure and they just loved themselves for whatever they had anyway. It's not about what you're seeing, it's about the emotion that you feel when you see it. That's why you can look at someone who you're emotionally attracted to, and you can be physically more attracted to them, and then when you're not emotionally attracted to them anymore, you can look at the exact same person and you're like, I don't know what I saw in them. That's literally exactly what I'm talking about. So guys, if you got anything out of this video, leave a comment down below about one thing that you love about yourself. And also, feel free to compliment other people on the compliments and the things that they love about themselves. Let's get a little circulation going in the comments. And hopefully you got something out of this video. I'll make another video like this when we get 10,000 thumbs up, because I'm damn positive that will not be for at least another year. Guys, if this is your first time ever watching one of my videos and you don't hate my face, feel free to subscribe, because we make videos like this every single week. And guys, that's really all I've got to say on it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Peace.